Hello and welcome to IES Breckland. My name is Miss Spraggs and I'm the art teacher here at IES. At IES, students get to cover both art and textiles at Key Stage 3 and Key Stage 4. At Key Stage 3, we're aiming to show the students and get them to learn those key formal elements. So we cover things such as tone, colour theory, shape, form, pattern. In each year, we cover 3 projects. With Year 7, we start off with the fish project. We look at colour theory. So we're looking at the colour wheel. We're learning those primary, those secondary, those tertiary colours. We then take this further and start to look at how these can be mixed together. So we look at tints and shades. We use a variety of different media. So we'll use both colouring pencil, watercolour. It really gets students to be able to apply the knowledge they learn about colour and use it with the materials available. Moving on, we look at a textile project. This is based around the theme rhythm and movement. Students learn to draw to music, looking at just patterns and shapes. We then develop these initial studies and we use different textile techniques such as tie-dye and monoprinting to apply different patterns to a plain piece of cloth. We turn this cloth into a pencil case. Students learn how to sew it together, construct it, and then they can take it away and use it. We end the year with a natural forms project. This begins to look at sculpture, so we focus on the work of Henry Moore. We look at how he explores the texture and the tones of natural forms and how he really incorporates that into his work. In Year 8, we start to get a bit more technical. We start off with the Still Life and Cubism project. This really allows the students to look at objects, identify their scales, their proportions, and start to look at how we can translate these into the drawn form. In the middle project of Year 8, we again look at textiles. This time we look more at paper pattern. So we look at how we can create patterns on paper, and then we look at how we can show these in a context. The context we look at is Converse trainers. The students identify what size of pattern they need to use and how the pattern will appear on the product itself. We end the year of Year 8 with the landscape and architecture project. This is a very collaborative project. It's all about working together. Students focus on the work of David Hockney and we create a large piece of work which covers his different types of mark making and use of colour. In Year 9, we get technical again. We start to develop those key skills we've learned at Year 7 and Year 8, but we start to develop them further. So we're thinking more about tone and how we can apply this. So we look at reverse tone using white pencil on black paper. We start to look at different materials we can use for that. So we look at painting, we look at using graphite, chalk. We really start to broaden that knowledge and the materials that the students are able to use. After food and packaging, we move on to the paper waistcoat project. Students then can start to combine the ideas that they've learned in textiles in both Year 7 and 8. We're looking more at a garment again this time, as we did in Year 7, but we are applying more sort of a recycled material effect to it. So we look at artists such as Rob Ryan and paper cutting. The last project we end with in Year 9 is the objects project. I like for students to make this personal to them. So bringing in things that mean something to them, making that personal connection to the artwork they're creating. I find that really keeps them engaged and it really allows the students to really enjoy what they're doing. At GCSE level in Year 10 and 11, students can either pick to take art or textiles. We encourage them to be as creative as possible. We have so many different medias and materials that they're allowed to use, and it's all about showcasing what they can do. There's some lovely examples behind me of some GCSE work that's been created by the current Year 11s. I hope you've enjoyed listening to what we do about art here at IES, and I hope to meet you all very soon. Thank you and goodbye.